You want people staying in your property for a bit longer. Okay, so they might ask you for a discount, right? If they do, offer the discount because obviously they're staying there for a long time. I'm not sure if anyone of you have seen the news. Interest rate is starting to go down. Okay, that is a good news for investors, especially buy-to-let investors. You could find out from your bank how much redemption charges are you liable to pay if you were to remortgage now.
I would like to hear from you because a couple of weeks ago I was trying to buy a house in auction and I came across a guy who wants to go into joint partnership with somebody.
Yeah.
So we agreed to work together. But the situation here is this:
Yeah.
he doesn't want to go invest outside London. He wants to invest in Kent, Essex, and the London area.
Yeah.
From the instruction you've given us, said that we should invest outside London because that's where we can, we don't have to, the little money we have will be enough for us to put down the deposit and be able to have something left for renovation.
Yeah.
So now, I don't know, should I carry on? Because this guy is really hard. He has the money, to be honest. He has more money than me, but he's just dragging me to join him in London area. So what should I do in this situation?
Okay, fantastic, Ignatius. That is a good problem to have, right? You've got an investor who's got money, want to invest in London. So as long as he put in most of the money, instead of losing him as an investor, get him to buy one or two property with you in Kent, right? Because he's putting most of the money, right? For you, it's still kind of less because you're not putting lots of money there. But once you've done one, you can say, now you've done this. How about if you can try the north? Or how about if you can try the Midlands? But if he's adamant, he wants Kent and you know he's got the money, right? And we've got less, we're going to go ahead with him until we kind of put our fits together. Okay? Because you don't want to lose a good investor that's got the money. But bearing in mind, you know everything, you know the only difference is by buying in the north and buying in cities like Kent is the amount of initial outlay. If you know then in your head, in the north, this is how much money I have to invest. So if he's going to invest in London or Kent, he has to put more than you do because that is your kind of budget, right? And then see if you can work together, build a relationship that way. Hopefully, once you've bought one property or two properties together, he will trust you and say, look, Ignatius, we can go north because the most time why investors don't want to live near their areas because they want to feel like it's very close to them. They can walk there. They can go and help the builders. Stuff like that. Most people have that old school mentality, right? Because they want it to be close to them. Not knowing, even if it's close to them, they're not going to do the work anyways. But if you know he's very serious and he's got the money, go ahead with him for now until you all know where you are.
He said that his reason why he doesn't want to leave London is that houses outside London, they don't appreciate as fast as the ones in London.
Go through that exercise with him, Ignatius. If you forgot it, in our one-to-one, we'll go through it together again. So you can explain to him exactly why we're saying what we're saying.
All right.
Yeah?
Thank you.
No problem. Welcome. Okay. Next question, please.
Hi, Rahim.
Hello.
Good evening, Rahim.
Good
It's
evening. Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm calling from, I'm speaking from Kent anyway. Rahim, I just wanted you to throw more light on this bridging loan, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to get more clarification because I am in the process of investing and I'm sort of looking for a joint partner that we can invest together.
Good. Okay.
I've got a buy-to-let and I've got residential and I've got a service apartment as well. So, but I'm looking for an investor, kind of a joint investor.
Okay.
To invest somewhere in Kent as well.
Good.
I am interested in investing in Kent. But yeah, if you could throw more light on the bridging loan and how it works.
You are in the right room, by the way. Right? Here you go, guys. You've just got an investor saying they're looking to invest. Right? It's for you to kind of touch base with them, find out what sort of partnership he wants. Okay? That's the beauty of having the Q&As. Okay? Very beautiful. So, you're asking about bridging loan. Bridging loan is one of the quickest way to expedite your investment journey. At the same time, it's important for you to aware about the caveat behind it. The first thing is basically with bridging loan, it's an expensive way of borrowing money. They usually charge you 0.9% to about 1.5% interest on a monthly basis, right? It's a very expensive way of borrowing money. But at the same time, bridging loan are the companies that will lend you money to develop a house, to renovate a house, to refurbish a house, okay? If that's the sort of houses you are buying, okay? Bridging loan bridge that gap, okay? They lend you the money to fix the property, and then you then remortgage and pay them back. You go to a traditional lender. But the thing to note here is bridging loan is expensive, and whatever project you're doing, make sure you know what you're doing, and you're gonna go in and out as quickly as you could possibly can. Okay? And you want to make sure whichever bridging loan you're going to the source. Right? You're not going to third-party bridging loan like Roma Finance, for example. Roma Finance is a middle bridging loan. What they do, they go and lend money from other bridging loan companies, hold the money, whether you use it or not, they tend to charge you for it. Right? We had an investor who got massive problem with that. Right? She took this bridging loan from Roma Finance. Roma Finance borrowed the money for the renovation and all the rest of it. She didn't collect the money, but they were charging her interest every single month. Right? So that then becomes lots of money for her. She was paying about £7,000 interest every single month. That's crazy, right? Wow. Yes. Okay. So you have to be careful and understand what you're getting into, right? Because that's where, those little blueprint that people don't read, that's where they literally get done. Okay. So make sure, most importantly, get someone to guide you through the process, right? Someone who will mentor you along that process, or someone who will even mentor you through the development process. Because sometimes you may think you know, but not knowing the world has moved on. Okay, things has changed. So that's very important. And also going through direct to the source, like the bigger bridging loan companies, they can tell you exactly what it is. They will tell you, look, we can only lend you money, and whenever we lend you money, you only pay interest in that money. So literally, you are doing that. And also with the mortgage brokers as well, very important for you to get the right mortgage broker. Because that lady paid the mortgage broker £7,000. I don't know what she paid that £7,000 for. Okay, so that's how wrong it could go sometimes. But if you've got the right talent, you've got the right person to guide you along the way, it's one of the fastest way. 95% of my properties are bought through bridging loans. Okay, I get investors to do the renovation work and all that sort of thing, but it's one of the quickest way to do it. But you have to know what you're doing so that then that investment doesn't become a bad investment. But yeah, it's good. It's a short-term lending, very expensive, but it's a quicker way to buy the property, renovate it, and pay them back their money. And also, very important, Emmanuel, if you're going to buy a property, if you know there's no value to be added in that property, and you cannot renovate and force value to that property, right? Don't go for bridging loan. Go for a normal traditional lending. Because obviously, there's no value to be added. There's no renovation work. So I've seen people make mistake on that as well. They see a property, they buy it, it doesn't require any work. Instead of going to the traditional lender, they just went for a bridging loan, right? And you cannot bridge out of a bridge if you buy the property at the same price. Okay, so that is also very important for you to know when you're doing things like that. And the other thing also is this: when you are looking for the property, if you wanna know you're gonna get traditional lenders or not, is by looking at whether there's a functioning kitchen and a functioning bathroom. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be amazing. It just need to be functioning. If it is functioning, you are able to get in traditional buy-to-let. And there are buy-to-let companies that will lend you money for like a year or so, right? That hasn't got redemption charges as well. That then kind of protects you from going to a bridging loan to buy a property that you don't really need to do up to force value on. Okay? So if you need help with any guidance, anything like that, drop your name on the chat, and I can see what we can do. And if you're part of Raheem Bass Club also, you've had enough content, you're eligible to book me one-to-one, so we can have a proper one-to-one conversation then. Okay. Next question, please.
Hello.
Yeah, who was this?
Good evening. This is Comfort speaking.
Hello, Comfort. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I want to find out what is the cutoff point for stamp duty, that you will not pay stamp duty.
Wow, beautiful question, Comfort. So, for stamp duty, in order for you to be exempt, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
So, in order for you to be exempt from stamp duty, the one way first, if you're buying a commercial property that you're converting into residential, you are exempt from paying council tax. Okay. The other way you could be
stamp duty.
Sorry, my bad. Stamp duty I'm talking about here, right? You're exempt to pay stamp duty if you're buying commercial that you're converting to residential. Yes. Okay. The other way, the other times also you are exempt from paying stamp duty is if you've bought a dilapidated house. So now, what do I mean by that? A house that is literally run down. From auction. No bathroom, no kitchen, the roof is leaking. Literally, it's inhabitable.
Zero rooms. Yeah, okay.
Even if it's got rooms, but it has to be inhabitable, basically. So nobody can live there, right? Citing all this stuff. And you've got a proper evidence for it, right? You can get exempt at the time of purchase. All you need to do is to tell your solicitor that the property is inhabitable and you want to exempt yourself from paying stamp duty, right? And they will waive it off, okay? Like the property we just bought recently, the stamp duty was about 6,600, but we looked at the property and then we told our solicitors that, look, we don't need to pay stamp duty because we're exempt on it because of the condition of the property. So what we did basically send the photos to the solicitor and the solicitor get that waived off. So we could do it that way.
So buying commercial property and convert to residential, you don't pay stamp duty.
Correct.
So is that better then? Can you say it's better than buying the normal one?
No, it's not better. It's not better at all. It depends what you get, because for me, stamp duty will not stop me from buying a house because it is part of my cost anyways. Right? When you're doing your cost, your stamp duty, it is part of it. Right? Whether you're gonna get it waived off or not, we always include it in our analysis anyways, if you remember. It's always there. If we don't pay it, that then becomes a good thing for us.
Okay.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Just a quick one. You were talking about bridging loan. The last time you said that there were three main players for bridging loan. Can you mention the three main players which are not the second or third hand people? The two main
players I can think of right now is Shaw Brooks and Together Finance. If you want to use them, let me know. I will refer you as well. You get discount from the rates. Okay, as well as the offers that they make and all the admin charges. So anybody's interested in a bridging loan, put your number, put your name and email address down. I will refer you to Together and you will get a massive discount from it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next question, please.
Raheem, sorry, it's Victoria. On that question, how quickly are they able to process the loan from those bridging loan lenders?
Wow, good question. It could be 24 to 28 days, depending on how soon you want it, right? Obviously, 24 hours, you have to ready for it, okay? But it's normally 14 to 28 days. That's their pace.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next question, please.
Yes, Ryan. Good evening. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you, boss.
Yeah. So my question is like for a new investor looking into like BRR or no money left in deals and looking to get property from auction, from the current market, which cities would you suggest a new investor, probably someone looking to do it for the first time, to look at?
Right. Okay. So, well, depends on your budget, right? What's your budget?
So the budget is to start with 50K dash, and then support with bridging loan as well. So, for example, maybe if I have to get a property on auction for like £80,000, then I know I can put down £20,000 from my cash, and then get £60,000 from bridging finance, something like that. And then maybe have 30K for renovation and other expenses as well.
Okay, so if that's the case, you want to look at the north. Yes, you want to look at the north. Places like Bolton, Barnsley, Burnley, Cramlington, Newcastle area, Liverpool areas as well, right? Anywhere around that area. South Wales is good. I love South Wales, not because I live in South Wales. It's because the properties here are cheaper and the returns is amazing. The returns are amazing. Most of our no money left in deals are in South Wales, right? Because for whatever reason, properties tend to go up here very, very quickly, and investors, I would say 85% of them are recycling all their money out. And I know you're one of those who wants to recycle. So you could try the South Wales area. Or if not, you can also try the North Midlands. For example, Stoke-on-Trent was very good as well. All the properties we've bought on Stoke-on-Trent, we're able to recycle all our money out. So that could be another option for if you like England. But yeah, these are the areas where you'll be able to use your £50,000.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. Next question, please.
So if you are doing a renovation, you're say converting a 2-bed into a 3-bed.
Yeah.
How much on the average do you think it's cost to add an additional room and maybe a bathroom and toilet? How much on the average do you think that's usually should be estimated for?
Beautiful, Victoria. And that also is subjective. It's subject to the location, right? Because we all know if you're in London, it's going to cost you more money, even in employing people. If you're talking about the Midlands or maybe the North or South Wales, you're looking at between £25,000 to £35,000 if you're not doing any structural movement in the property. If it's just adding another bedroom or maybe adding another bathroom, you're looking at around that amount. So if you want to go like high standard, like proper good standard, you're looking about £40,000.
Okay. And normally, would you say that usually is the maximum, depending on the area, like you said?
Yes,
so
that usually is our maximum so far for properties that we've converted from a 2-bed to a 4-bed, because that's what we mostly do. Our maximum so far has been £45,000.
Renovation cost.
Yeah, renovation cost, and that's our maximum.
The structural changes.
Yeah, the only structural thing we did there is to combine the dining room and kitchen into same. So we only move one wall and we use it as a kitchen dining area, right? So that is the only structural issues we got there. But yeah, so you're looking at 45k maximum. Okay. If you know how to shop around and get the right builders and the right guidance alongside there.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, so next question, please. Okay, someone said that it is advisable to take a loan to finance rent to service accommodation or rent to begin property investment. Yes. If you haven't got money, of course, yes, you could use that, because you could use whatever you have, but just make sure you know what sort of loan that you're getting into, right? And knowing that, then you can go and action that straight away. If I were you, I'll take the loan when I've got the property. Go arrange the loan. Know you're going to get it from an investor, from the bank, wherever you're going to get that from. And then you go get the rent to rent then. So as soon as you get the rent to rent, then you've got that loan then to fund it. Because as soon as you take a loan, you start then getting interest charge on it. And okay, so we've got some questions here. We have Blandina.
Yeah, thank you, Rahim. I am new to the group.
Oh, welcome to the family.
Yes, and I've been in since June, so I'm fairly new. I'm on the Rahim Bad Club, and I'm just going through the videos.
Fantastic.
So my question is, being that I don't have money saved with me to start, so I'm looking into service accommodation for now. And my question was, because I'm new, I feel like I would want to start with a studio flat. That I might find it easier to manage and obviously cheap on the cost. I've looked at a few on Rightmove, and they're ranging from £700 in my area to £850, and the most expensive about £900. So, and on the Airbnb website, one of them, like for a night, they're sort of ranging from £74 a night to £90 a night. So when I did my calculations, it felt like you could get a bit of profit from it after all the costs have been taken away and all of that. But my question is it advisable to go for a studio flat? Because you always talk about a 3-bedroom house. You always emphasize on 3-bedroom. But on service accommodation with a studio flat, is that something that would work, or do I need to look into maybe a bigger property?
Good question. So you're saying if you can do studio flat or a bigger property. Yes. So I'm going to ask you a question, right? So what do you reckon is the difference in terms of work-wise, having a studio or a 2-bed or 3-bed?
I think it's easier to manage in a studio because it's a smaller apartment. So to begin with, I feel like it will give me more confidence because I don't have any. This would be like my first venture.
In what way?
Well, I feel like it'd be easier to manage because it's more like cleaning costs, tax, maybe council tax, all the bills would be less.
Okay. I hear you. So if I was to tell you that the workload is exactly the same, right? I'll tell you why. If you've got a guest for your studio, that guest will contact you, ask you, how do I check in? They have all the enquiries, right? Even if you got a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom house, the enquiry is exactly the same. If they want to check in, they have to. If they want to call you, they will call you. If there's any problem, they will call you. So now you may be thinking about cleaning, right?
Yes.
For a studio flat, we charge studio flat nightly rate, right? That compensate you for cleaning a studio flat. If it's a 2-bedroom, you charge a 2-bedroom rate. Okay? If you know what you're doing, that also compensate you for 2-bedroom cleaning. Right? So it is kind of irrelevant at that point. Because you're charging accordingly, aren't you? Yes. And now here's the thing why you want 2-bedroom plus. It's because the bigger the house, the more people you're able to sleep in it. Right? Regardless whether it's 2-3 people, you're only dealing with one guest. Because there will be one person who booked it. So 3 or 4 people might turn up, but you're not dealing with all those people. You may be thinking, oh, Rahim parties, right? Because they're a bigger flat. Okay?
Because bigger house.
Yes. So what you do, we have measures that we put in place to avoid partying in your apartment. Okay? Or in your property. We've got measures in place. All my investors, my mentee, we make sure that is one of the first thing we prioritize when we're doing it. For now, we've currently got how many? I would say 99% success rate on not having parties. Touch base, that's what they say. For the past 1 year, we have not had any of my investors that rang me saying they've partied in their house. Right? So that I'm thankful for that because of the measures we have put in place. Okay? So in terms of that also, there's a way we could overcome that. Okay? It is the same workload, whether it's studio or 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom. Okay, the thing I think you need to have here is the education, right, and the guidance to protect your investment. Because someone who wants to make a party, they don't care whether it's a studio or not. They will bring people to party, right? Based on my experience, I've seen people do parties in literally studio flat. It's even better because they'll be able to dance with all the girls because it's tight, right? The girls cannot go hiding anywhere, or the boys cannot go hiding anywhere.
I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, think about it that way. Okay. Yeah. But all I would say basically, educate yourself. You're in the right place, Raheem Bass Club. Educate yourself. If you ever want to join us in our advanced 3-day program, it's coming up in October, I think. Last weekend of October. Right. Send me a private message. Right. I will get the team to give you a call, talk you through about the 3-day event. And because you're a part of Raheem Bass Club, you also get a discount if you want to join it.
Yeah, I booked. I got a discount. I booked it.
Fantastic. There you go. So keep using Raheem Bass Club. Obviously, if there's anything you want me to have a one-to-one session with, you've got a one-to-one session with me, which you're eligible for as well.
Okay.
Go smash it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so next question. Please, what is the hope for someone who is on a visa sponsorship to get into property? Good question. This is from Reagan. So Reagan, you are in the right platform. All you need to do is basically is to tell people you can join venture with people. That's the first thing you could do. Or actually, the first thing you could do is if you've got a partner in the UK that is on a visa with you as a dependent, right? That person can be the person that's officially responsible for your property business. Because in most cases, if you're on a sponsorship visa, you're not allowed to do businesses. So what my investors do, some of them, they put that on their husband's or on their wife's name. So they're doing all the legwork, but officially it's on their wife's name. That's one way of doing it. If your partner is not here and you haven't got any children that are over 18 in this country, this platform is the platform that you can sound like what Emmanuel just said. I want a joint venture partner. I'm looking to invest in Kent. Right? You can actually sound or tell people about what you want to do in order to be able to let them know what you're looking for. But most people tend to use their own partners, either their husband or their wife, to actually start their investment journey that way. But yeah, you are able to do it. Okay? Would it just be for... No, it's not just for ILR. And it's not just for people that have got indefinite leave to remain. Anybody who's got a status in the UK is able to invest in property, although the lending criteria may be a bit different, but it doesn't stop you. And the beauty about property also, Reagan, you don't have to go and buy the houses, right? You can do rent to rent. You can do rent to service accommodation. You can do purchase lease option. You can do deal sourcing if you haven't got enough credit history to start buying houses, okay?